Hello guys and girls, I am bored now. Happy Halloween or happy October once again. Today I am going to be talking about Natty from 2023. A terrible name for a terrible movie. It is directed by Dwight Little, who directed Halloween 4, which is one of the best Halloween sequels in my opinion, and it reunites him with Danielle Harris. She's in a small role. She was also in Halloween 4. Stars another horror icon, Robert Englund, in a cameo role. So the setup for the movie is that in the past, on Halloween Eve 1976, the Natty Knox of the title is prosecuted and burnt alive by a bunch of religious women who believe she is a witch and a whore because she has slept with a rich guy who is respected around the town. In the present, we have a babysitter looking after a bunch of kids, and one of them doesn't seem that much younger than her, I'll say that, but because the single mother is never around and in the picture, because she's always at work, we do see her as the movie moves on, but she just never seems to be around. Then the teenage babysitter has to look after the kids. She takes care of them, and she is the one who's gonna try and stand in the way as a local serial killer is going through the town, and the kids and the babysitter are put at risk. Very subgrade, dull to watch movie, and it is laughably bad from that opening scene. It's not really hammy in a good way when it is, but just the way the religious women are acting towards Natty Knox at the start is kind of so cheesy bad. Wait your turn, creepy old guy having his way with the woman of the night. Burn the witch, they say. Put her in the shed. Natty, wouldn't you like to know all their dirty little secrets, you bitch? Slap. I'll wait for you in hell. She burns with the lamest looking CGI burn effects in the eyes. She screams like she will haunt them and their families in case anyone missed it at the back. As bad as that scene was, at least there was some antics and kind of so bad it was good entertainment out of it. But things only really go from bad to worse after that as we cut to the present and we get the stereotypically annoying and bland teenage kids. Very cringe, there's a lot of slacker type talk, there's a lot of calling each other bro or dude and making out like they're really obnoxious but not in a very interesting way. The town knows all about Natty Knox. Natty Knox 5 times is the rhyme. Gone for a rhyme where you've got Robert Englund in the movie and it's like this really cheap version of the Nightmare on Elm Street rhyme. And yeah, they're just really annoying bad characters that I don't buy as a group of friends. As I said, there's lots of dude, bro, slacker type talk. They don't really talk like 11-year-olds. What passes for a joke in this movie is like where the sister doesn't know what a payphone is, which okay, I get in a movie from 2023, but it's hardly much of a joke. Danielle Harris and Robert Englund are in the film, and it stands out that they are streaks ahead of everyone else. But even they phone it in. England does his best with a terrible, horrible exposition type role about Natty Knox used to live in the house. She wanted to be a Hollywood actress, but ended up in a cheap drive-in flicks, and that's why she turned to prostitution. She kept a little black book, Every Woman's Husband in Town, Death by Misadventure, didn't snort gasoline in a shed, blah blah blah. There's some actually, because he's a decent actor, there's some fun exposition, but what a stupid plot that was. What a stupid speech to give him. England's slow motion somersault fall down the stairs after being stabbed may have been accidentally scene of the movie. The killer has a cheesy clown looking face paint. He's hypnotised by the footage of a witch and carries out her wishes, including going after a local girl on the verge of being sexually active. No consistency to the characters, they don't mix. They're either plain CW style jocks or trailer park trash or just annoying cardboard cutout geeks. The new girl at school goes missing and the killer who we see lurking around town seems to be responsible. Watches footage of her. Footage looks like cheap horror movie, not footage. There's no sense of parody. The killer is a cop. That's a twist in the movie. Seems to me that he's using that but risking getting caught. Like, he literally puts himself in harm's way. There's a dumb scene where he leads Brit the wrong way and the other cop is like, hold up, catches him. But isn't he sus? Why is he leading her down the wrong hallway? Surely you wouldn't forget where the interview room is. Don't pull that Halloween shit on me might have been one of the other better lines. Why hasn't anyone suspected this guy? Come on, get with it, Detective Squares. Gonna sue your ass for millions. You're a bad cop, as he chokes him out later. So Brit, who's the babysitter, invites her boyfriend over later in the movie. And there's this whole thing where they're jumping in between her being this wholesome type character who's looking after the kids, but also a little bit of a bad girl. But the acting and dialogue is so stilted you never really get a sense of this. You think it's just so cheesy and on the nose, and you've got these really subgrade soap opera type actors. A lot of the movie is like one of those really bad Lifetime type movies or TV shows, or one of those really crappy cheap reenactment true crime type shows that they have on your basic generic cable channels. It invites her boyfriend over, and this really takes the biscuit, this scene, because she's asked by the kid, why does God create bad people? No one really knows. Say after me, most people are good. So they just hit you over the head, and she's meant to be looking out for the kids. She's trying to protect them and all the rest of it. But this is just an excuse for like a cheap sort of set piece, because there's this whole thing where she's gonna have sex with her boyfriend because supposedly she's moving away from the town. She's hoping to get into like a school and get away from all this. So there's this whole thing where she invites him over and says, tonight's the night we're gonna have sex because I'm going away soon. See the boyfriend come over, and this just telegraphs that it's not the boyfriend. The most useless stalk through their house after that. The boyfriend has been killed and the killer is the one actually waiting for her. He knows the girl is in the room, surely, because at one point he goes into the room and the kid is just hiding behind this small little thing. And he doesn't even see her, which is kind of crazy. She just hides behind a chest of drawers, and he gives up. Killer is Nate Knox, everyone, the son of Knock Knock of Natty Knox. I know who you are, Nate Knox. Answer me, motherfucker. More exposition from Wyatt. He goes on a whole tirade. Mother was a whore and lives outside of him. And at the end, when he's not his mother, he escapes out of his body. There's this whole weirdly, badly done, cheap scene. In the end, there's no real victim. Then this weird type twist at the end with Brit. They've got everyone and the cops has arrived. she just stays in the room and she's kind of acting like she might now suddenly be a villain, even though they've caught the killer and everything. They do this weird sort of thing where Brit is still in the bedroom and she's looking in the mirror, and it seems like she might have turned to the dark side. Because she just stays in the house and starts acting all sexy, like suddenly like she's a hooker. And that's meant to mirror like the Natty Knox character from the past. So does that mean she's a witch now? How? How did that happen? She just got into college, right? And that's kind of like the lame twist at the end, which pretty much comes out of nowhere. And it's a very dull, boring, toothless movie with really cheesy dialogue. There were moments that, as I said, a couple of moments that were sort of okay bad, but the kills were really poor and cheap. And yeah, at times you would see better acting in a school play. So it's a real slog to get through this one. So I did it for you. Natty Knox. Happy October, everyone. I'll see you again soon. Bye.
A town knows its secrets. A town knows how to hide them, too.
She sleeps with the worms under the ground.
Is that outside? Don't make a sound.
Natty knocks 9 times.
Natty knocks 9 times. Don't answer your door. Close all your blinds. Hide under your bed.
Or she'll take off your head. I thought that was just an old ghost story.
Where do you think those stories come from?
I don't know. Maybe she's still alive.
We have to tell someone. We should call the cops.
What the hell is going on here? Help, help me!
You can't be! What are you doing here?